My next question was, this market, both Bengaluru and Bombay real estate market, is quite crowded. And when I say crowded, there are a lot and lots of brands, be branded developers or even not known developers. In such market, how do you differentiate your brand? Like, how do you create a value that your customer can know the differentiation between Shriram and Narang Realty among the other players where it's a highly competitive market? So how do you differentiate your brand?
See, I'll take it up in a different way altogether. How Shriram Properties is known in that particular market. So we are very strong in Bangalore and Chennai, and Kolkata we have a massive land parcel over there. So we bought over Hindustan Motors land parcel, which is of 314 acres. So Chennai and Bangalore being our home turf. So Bangalore being our core turf, I would say. We created micro markets, Shriram Properties. So there are certain pockets which we were the first movers. We struggled initially that market, utna dur kaun jaane wala hai? Who will go that far and buy? But we created the pricing strategy accordingly, right? So it is a very low entry product. So initially we saw end users were not coming because they were skeptic. Habitation wise, can I go and live in there right now? No. But what they were not seeing, that house were not delivering or not getting delivered that point of time. It will take some 4 to 5 years to get constructed, that entire project, then you get your delivery. So we had to push initially the end users. Investors, they were intrigued with that kind of pricing. What we created there are some 4 or 5 micro markets I can definitely name which Shriram Properties created, where we went, acquired a larger land parcel, created a larger project, let's say 40 acres, 50 acres kind of project which we had launched, successfully sold. Those prices are getting doubled in 3 to 4 years timeline, because the area is developing that in a rapid pace, right?
It becomes a landmark of that business.
Yes. So and then the bigger players are also coming in. They are also seeing the opportunity getting created over there. The habitation is also getting developed. The social infra gets developed. The government push also had happened for the infrastructure development and things like that. So Shriram Properties I have always seen they have created that value for money, be it as an end user or as an investor, right? So how quickly you can get a lucrative return as an investor, or if you can put it on a rent, right? So that 3 to 4% yield is typically what real estate demands in Resi segment. Bangalore has always consistently have been seeing that. And very strategic locations, very close to the IT segment where the employment is getting generated, right? It's not in there, but it is probably 20 minutes away from there in terms of distance. So people don't mind traveling that 20% to probably save 10 lakhs of rupees in their housing investment. So that mattered. So what do you choose at 10 lakh rupees as a saving? Because per square feet rate gets reduced that much if you travel that 20 minutes distance. So that worked. So Shriram Properties has always been known as giving back to the investors with some handsome return. And for the end users as well, you choose today, tomorrow your friends will be envious that, boss, you invested 3 years back, you got it in that price. Today I'm buying in the same area, probably I'm paying double the price. So that's how we have differentiated ourselves. The second part is the living area. See, here we sell it in carpet area, right? So in southern market, we still sell it in the super built up area. So super built up area versus carpet area, there is always a differentiation, right? So around 30%. 30% loading has always been there. We always have focused on highly efficient design. How can I reduce my wastage, right? So, within that 800 square feet of super built up area, you get equal size of master bedroom, living area, kitchen, and all the practical living areas versus 1,000 square feet where you are wasting in, as we were mentioning, that large foyer, which you will not use beyond a mirror on the wall or maybe a shoe rack, right? So, so those kind of things we had always focused on. Design efficiency and your return to the investment, whatever the investors are doing.
Which is so true. That is exactly what even happens in our company, in our organization, that every square feet, since Mumbai real estate is so expensive, we are constantly engineering and re-engineering that home till absolutely the last day, that we're trying to minimize any sort of wastages, minimize any sort of passage areas, we sort of get into in terms of percentages. So we're calculating that, okay, 5% wastage or 3% wastage or 2% wastage. And we're constantly trying to shave that off and trying to constantly create spaces within that home which could have multi-utility. So whether it is a sort of a niche which has been created, where you can sort of fit a work from home desk, or whether you could put up create a bar if you wanted to out there, or if you had to create a bookshelf out there. So constantly creating spaces within that home also which have that multi-utility, and keeping in mind that, you know, Indians, we love to have so many things at home. There has to be enough storage spaces in those rooms. If you create a 10 by 10, 10 by 11, 10 by 12 rooms, you don't have enough space apart from just one set of a wardrobe. So to ensure that every space really counts, it's very critical. And when it comes to the way we sort of go about marketing ourselves also, is we are very, very, very thorough about our product. We every material that we're using, what type of Italian marble flooring that we're using, specifically, say for example, if I'm talking about a Botticino marble, so we're spelling it out that this is Botticino marble, this is so many thick. The reason why we've gone ahead so many thick is so that it does not develop cracks over a period of time. Say for example, if it's our driveway, we're using so many thick granite out there, which is different from a regular paver block, because this can sort of withstand a lot of weight over a period of time, and even if someone had to drive a fire truck over it, it will not crack. To the extent of saying that your windows are system designed, they're of certain gauge, need as per the wind pressure calculations in mind, to every minute detail. So in fact, when it comes to even launching a new project, we do not use many stock images. We don't believe in creating and buying stock images. That's a very easy fix. We go ahead, if it takes time, effort, so be it, but we want to go for a render which is made absolutely from the original AutoCAD file, which is finally going to get executed, because we value the fact that it shouldn't be that when we are showing a balcony and when the final customer, he gets his home, it should feel like, oh, this balcony looks bigger than what it looked in the image also, and not the other way around. So every creative, every sort of thing has to have something which is specific, and not just a random person or a random family standing in a balcony and looking at the sky, or you see the building tops in clouds and all of that. That's something that we don't do.
Okay. So if I had to ask both of you in 4 words, how would you differentiate your brand among the competition that you are leading your brand in, especially in this particular market of Bengaluru and Bombay? Let's start with you, Satanik.
So first thing, what we have also seen that we have cut the ice with the first time home buyers. So again, they have certain limitations on the budget. They have certain dream, or rather certain vision about their house as well. They find that all the practical living I was mentioning earlier as well, the practical living aspect, which we feel that we have done well as compared to our competitors or the other players in the market. Second part is the value for money, or rather more value for money. Is what I would definitely focus on, rather thrust on, which you've given to the investor, be it on an institutional level or on a retail level. So these two, I would definitely say that one of the biggest differentiators if I compare.
If I have to use 4 words, I would say that trust. Trust is very critical, and we ensure that we build trust with customers by sort of, the first thing that we do is first we go ahead and start the construction. There's work happening for a few months. There are a good number of workers and engineers and laborers at site, and that's maybe 3 months, 6 months down the line is when we actually go ahead and launch the product. There is, when that customer walks in, he's clearly seeing that some amount of work has happened. Not like you create a fancy sales office and the work is absolutely just an empty barren piece of land. That's not the way we work. We want to show that you can trust us, and there's work happening, and work happening at a phenomenal pace. And those 3 to 6 months create some phenomenal curiosity, because people are always wondering that these guys have not put up a single sign of what they're doing here or selling anything, and there's so much work happening at such large volume. So trust is one thing that is very critical to us. Tangibles, so what a customer is getting in his home, every specific detail is clearly listed down, and a sales guy, when he's talking to a customer, he's explaining everything in detail. It's like sort of when you're buying a luxury car, whether it is, you may say there will be one brand which will say we're giving you leather seats, and the other brand which is saying that we're giving you Napa leather seats, which are from a certain grade of a certain animal from a certain location which was fed a certain food. So we talk about tangibles absolutely in detail. We talk about the overall value that we are delivering. So whatever the home buyer the home price would be, it's very important for that customer at whatever stage to feel that I'm getting more than what I'm paying for, and that's something that value has to be he should feel that value, and that we concentrate on that. Okay, that this product is not priced correctly, I will buy it today and this is going to go 2x or at least 1.5x soon enough, and value is very critical. And I would say that apart from that, it'll be there's a maturity that we don't try to use any gimmicks to sell our product. It's absolutely as honest, as transparent as possible. No gimmicks at all. No clickbait ads. No sort of gimmicky hoardings with crazy headlines. It's everything is we're talking to a mature person. He knows what he's buying, so we're not trying to over educate him or teach him something or try to fool him.
So what I feel the biggest I would say not just hindrance but challenge for a marketing person in real estate is building loyalty. For any product, you can have a loyal customers, but when it comes to real estate, where the competition is high, options, varieties are so many, the customer can keep on changing, right? So coming to building loyalty, what would you say that, of course, building loyalty is also related to the infrequent nature of the transactions happening, but how do you create that long-term relationship with customer, knowing that maybe when you have converted or made them loyal basis on the first purchase that they did, why would they consider you for the second purchase? How do you build that loyalty?
So it's purely based on the engagement piece, right? So unlike any other products or services, it's a fairly long-term engagement what we are talking about.
True.
Let's say if, of course, depends on which stage of the product the customer is buying in, but let's assume that the construction just has started or a pre-launch stage somebody buys. So till he gets the handover, it's 3 to 4 years journey, right? So starting from the day he is making his booking till the day he is getting the key is where we need to focus very, very, I would say minutely. Why we say that? Because a customer who has booked, I cannot just leave him alone, right? So there are different ways and means we get in touch with him, be it in terms of the project updates, be it in terms of some value adds, right? There is some event which we are, let's say, sponsoring for that matter. So Shriram Properties is known for a marathon, which is our IP over there. So Shriram Properties marathon, we do it yearly once.
Nice.
So if that is happening, we ensure that we communicate these to all our customers as well, and we have some free passes, or we give them that benefit and privilege to join, right? So without spending any further money. If you are sponsoring any music event for that matter. So I'm just talking about there are different pieces and different engagement models we get involved with. The third part could be the meet and greet program, right? So we very frequently we host those meet and greet program, be it at the project level or be it at the organizational level at different intervals. That happens. So in terms of the customer's mind, we are there, right? So Shriram Properties is there. Then if he wants, some disputes come in, let's say, okay, I've paid, but it's not reflecting, or there's a CRM person, so that their CRM comes into picture. So we have a full-fledged CRM team / CXM team. CXM team is customer experience, right? So how he is taking shape as a customer to us. So we have two bifurcations again. So one is, as you mentioned, that loyalty. Loyalty is when the customer is making his second purchase. The second part is referral. So loyalty and referrals are two verticals. If I'm a customer of Shriram Properties, I may buy another product. Depends on my portfolio. If I'm a first-time buyer, I also assess the portfolio, right? Whether I'll be ready to buy the next product in next 2 years or not. Is it worth pitching me, or can I help as an organization? Can I help this customer that you don't have to pay anything right now? It's a plotted development. It's a low entry product. You probably need to, I will help you with the EMI holidays so that you don't have to take that burden. And he is also building his own asset. So we prepare certain piece of it. That's also an engagement model. What we do, it is not just a marketing campaign. It is not just an ATL medium which we use. We go one-on-one. So there are relationship managers from CRM perspective. We have relationship manager from our referral team as well. We go to their house and offices. We explain them about the product, about the investment piece. If they are comfortable, if they say that, okay, I will not be eligible for my, they say I need to take a bank loan of 50 lakhs for that matter. And I've already stretched myself in your product itself. I'm short of 10 lakhs as far my eligibility goes. What we do, we go a little extra hand. We talk to the bankers with our existing relationship. Some bankers would agree that, okay, can you stretch his eligibility for 10 more lakhs? Now we come back to them that this is the guy who's having a good portfolio, is having a stable job, a good source of income. Can you help him buy this product? If they are okay, they do it. So there are cases where we have gone this extra mile to help our customers. The second part is the referral piece, that if you are not okay, can you refer any of your friends and families or colleagues? Then you get certain referral benefits as well, right? So likewise, we try to penetrate their network. It's more like a hub and spoke model, right? Where you identify the hubs and then you spread across through its network. It's not always HNIs, right? So especially with the clientele we deal with, we in the sense Shriram Properties is more like, as I mentioned, that mid-market premium, where first-time home buyers are there, or there could be some set of buyers who probably in the next 10 years will not buy. Those kind of segments are also there. Getting extra money out of their pocket, we need to go that extra mile to help them out. So there we use our existing relationship with all our associate business partners, and that's how we keep engaging with them with the regular intervals.
And how are you building loyalty with your customers?
So there's one thing which is clear across, and all types of products, is that the cost of acquisition of a new customer is far higher than sort of retaining an existing customer. And the fact is that when somebody has finally gone through the entire journey of discovering you and going ahead and buying your product, once he's bought it only after he's 100% sure. So when he's 100% sure, he's already a brand ambassador for you. You have to ensure that you're giving him enough opportunities to speak his mind and talk to his peers. So as he rightly said that we go over and above in terms of doing things for our customers, whether it is sponsoring events. And I'm just saying that just a couple of weeks ago we were sponsoring a musical event, and a customer of ours reached out and said that can I have tickets for this musical event, and I want to go for it and I want to take my family. We ensured that he got the absolute best seats in that entire auditorium, went over and above to ensure that had to happen, because it's about his experience, which has to be amazing. And doing whether it is just catching up with them while hosting a match, for example. People like to come together to watch a match together, so we are hosting matches for them, we are hosting wine and cheese events for them. We're just sort of constantly trying to engage with them. And but naturally what happens is that every time you're connecting with these guys, they themselves walk up to you and say, hey, I told my brother and he's interested and I would love to bring him here. Great, please bring him. And let me tell you, Kritika, that even when we have offered to incentivize loyalty, there are most customers just turn it down and say, hey, I don't want anything. I'm happy to be an ambassador for you guys and bring my friends and family, because ultimately it's a benefit for me that I'm able to bring my circle within my own complex and within my same building. And it's amazing how people have gone ahead and got crazy amount of referrals into the same complex. So loyalty plays a critical role. And we have, in fact, like say for example, our projects in Thane. So we've delivered projects in the 90s and we've done in the early 2000s, and now we're still constructing 2 new projects in Thane. And we've seen that there are those people who bought in the 90s who are wanting to upgrade and take a larger apartment or want newer amenities, and those are the guys who are happy and they're saying that I loved where I stayed and I'm happy with your product and I want to ensure that I'm moving into your new home, with us. And we've had a lot of those guys. So it's very important that what you're selling to that customer once, you ensure that you keep him happy for a lifetime. And yes.
Another aspect to it is the one of the very critical part in the delivered projects for all of us, right? So you have a captive audience where you can garner referral or loyalty, from them. What we also do is going back to the societies basis their call, like even if it's a handed over project. So let's say, for example, somebody is saying my swimming pool tiles are not okay right now, it's broken. We go ahead and fix them. Right, so the second thing could be, in my society there's a need of a temple. We go ahead and build them. So that's how you be, again one of their, top of the mind recall. While there's some problem, they will reach out to us, and we don't shy away from.
So true. We've
engaging with them.
Same thing. Yes, so true.
So there you can actually go to them and say that, okay, I have a new launch. Can I host a party for your community? They will be more than happy to oblige us to take us to door to door and say that, okay, this is their new project, why don't you evaluate at their end. It is not a push, it's kind of a reach and awareness within our family, we call it. And that's how the referral and loyalty definitely come into very, very very high importance, I would say.
Also, I would say the customer experience, like how you mentioned, if they have asked you to build a temple or even fixing a tile, that experience of the customer will always be there, that builder did do this work even after the post sales.
Yes.